Greetings, Earthlings, wisdom keepers, wisdom seekers. Welcome back to WizdomDropz, your source for daily drops of wisdom and savvy cat astrology. My name is Tonia, and today we are discussing the full moon in Taurus happening on October 31st. That's Halloween, y'all, for you, Sagittarius, Ascendant, Sun, or Moon. So by the end of this video, Sag, you're going to have your full kind of forecast for what to expect on the full moon itself, but also for 4 weeks after and all this time between now and then, okay? Great. Now, before we jump into it, 3 super quick announcements for you, Sagittarius. Number 1, you're awesome, but also, if you're not subscribed already, you could be more awesome. And to everybody who has been subscribing lately, we have seen a lot of growth in a short amount of time. Thank you, and what's that? Thank you. It's awesome to see everybody here just growing the community of conscious beings who are here on a high vibe to share knowledge about the stars and our experiences with the various transits so that we can collectively grow our wisdom. That is literally what is up. Thank you to everybody who's joining us. If you're a longtime subscriber, a new subscriber, that's cool. And if you're not already, of course, subscribe. Now, number 2, like this video. In the same vein, Sag, the more people who like it, the more people who end up seeing it. So if you're a Sagittarius and you're like, Tanya's on some real stuff right now, this is helpful to me, like the video because it helps other Sagittarius beings out there get the down low, okay? Cool. Number 3, if you want to learn astrology and the philosophy, I know you do, Sagittarius, because you're all philosophical and whatnot in your own original kind of way, around astrology once and for all and be a skilled astrologer, I am leading a course. It's a 3-month intensive training program. Cannot wait. We have such a dope crew of people that we are rolling with, Sag. And if you're not there, you're squared. No, I'm kidding, but for real, if you want to join us and learn that once and for all for yourself, I'm offering that. And there are only a few spots left to schedule a meeting with me to register. If you're not registered, period, by the end of Halloween, that's 10/31, aka this full moon, then you're not registered for the 3-month training program. And unfortunately, you're not there. You know what I'm saying? So don't delay, schedule today. All right, now let's look at this moon. I'm going to share my screen. We're going to see what's what for you, Sagittarius, specifically with your sign. And it's in Taurus, like I say, so it's going to be a little different, obviously a lot different than any other sign for you. But if you didn't see the video I just did, Sag, on just the moon itself, be sure to check it out. It'll give you more information on the lunation, period, point blank. Now, with that said, there are going to be quite a few surprises in your 6th house, Sagittarius. Oh, and before I do jump into this, if you're not just a Sag, because most of us are more than one sign, right, with your ascendant, sun, and moon combined, let me know what sign you are down below so I can be sure to do a vid for you. I'm only going to do the signs that seem to be really here on the WizdomDropz platform this time around for this week. And, you know, if you have another sign you want to make sure is covered, just make sure you put me a comment down below. Now, it's your 6th house because, you know, Aries is your 5th, this is your 6th, Taurus. So surprising events around your health, surprising events around, and I'm not here to scare you. I'm just trying to like share information with you, right? So that you can respond accordingly and to the best of your ability. So it could be around your health or around your work habits or around your daily grind that you put in as a Sagittarius. So just be aware that you could have some really sudden surprising events that you just did not see coming, because Uranus is the planet of surprise. And it is the god of like sudden severance, sudden crazy events like electrical storms. It literally is the planet that's associated with lightning. You see what I'm saying? So just be aware of that in reference to your health. Like, don't be doing nothing foolish, especially if you're a Sagittarius, especially if you're a Sagittarius on Halloween. Like, don't be doing that this year, Sag. If you know you're not supposed to be doing that, don't do that this year, because Uranus is in your 6th house, conjunct the full moon, for crying out loud. Could you get any more raw nerve energy? Answer, no, you couldn't. So just be aware of that. I would say play it a little bit on the like safe side. I know you're Sagittarius and you're probably just be like, screw you, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do whatever I want to do because I'm a Sag, which is cool. That's your life, you know what I'm saying? But just be aware, Sag, that if you are trying to avoid some like less than groovy things, just be aware, you know. Also, don't go getting into a lot of debt right now or doing something silly spontaneously that could like end up really coming back to bite you down the road. Like joy debt that you think is going to serve you, that's just like a real sudden kind of impulsive thing, because that could really mess you up right now between this Mars retrograde and that 5th house squaring Saturn in your 2nd house. Okay, don't be doing that. And then this in your sixth house, because that's debt. It's a debt house, the sixth house. So don't be doing that if you're a Sagittarius right now. I would suggest against it. But if you do something that's like a reasonable amount for you, that is a joyous pursuit that will take time and dedication to, follow up through and in, then I think that's going to be helpful to you, Sag. So just, weigh what you're dealing with. And that brings us to the Venusian influence. This is a full moon in the sign of Taurus, and Taurus is ruled by Venus, right, as a planet. Venus, at the time of this event, is in Libra at 4 degrees, and she's over here making a trine to Saturn at 26 degrees Capricorn. Now, this is super groovy because by ancient astrological standards, Venus and Saturn are actually compadres. They're like friends. And so the fact that Venus is over here in the sign of Libra, which is your 11th house, aka your networks house, your dreams and aspirations house, your community house, okay? She's sending a positive vibe to your second house of finances and worth and value and what you possess. You might find some community members in your larger networks, and I know you got them, okay, as a Sagittarius, because you're all charming and precious and whatnot with your Sag vibes. If you find that they're helping you build your finances and your capital right now in a really constructive way through, say, bringing balance to your life, Libra, through, say, bringing connections with other people in your life, Libra. Maybe they're introducing you to some really beneficial people that help you build your long-term financial stability with all this second house death and rebirth vibe of this mega conjunction of Jupiter, Pluto, and Saturn happening, right? In that second house for the last several months. They could be bringing this to you with a lot of harmony, Sag. So just be aware that that's on offer right now, and that could end up building your dreams for your life because that's your 11th house. It could help you build your dreams for your life. Just remember, I want to be forthright with you. I'm never trying to put anything that's like sugar-coated in front of you. Mars is retrograde and square Saturn. So anything you begin now, any new beginning now under this full moon, it will require hard work over time because Mars square Saturn is literally just that. It's hard work over time. So I'm not trying to be like, all your dreams are taken care of. They might be, but even if they are, it will be through hard work and dedication, persistence, resilience, because Mars is squaring Saturn. You understand? Okay, now that we got that out of the way, let's move forward. Venus is, yes, at a party with Saturn and supporting any long-term changes you want to make to your finances right now, especially through engaging, yes, those networks, Saturn in the second, Venus in the 11th, but, big old fat butt in the house. Mercury is squaring all of that Saturn, Pluto, Jupiter in Capricorn from 26 degrees Libra. So here we have a very different energy coming from Libra. This is how I'm going to interpret this for you. Check it out. You are rethinking, revising, re-editing your networks. You are changing, retrograde, your networks and how you think about your networks, how you show up, how you communicate in your networks, because Mercury is the planet of communication and how you communicate anything, yourself and your ideas to the world. And it's retrograde, so it's 3 times as intense and 3 times as intense reflective and internal, okay? So that's in the house of networks and aspirations. You're rethinking your aspirations, Sagittarius. You're rethinking your long-term goals and your dreams for your life. 11th house, Mercury retrograde in the 11th house. And you're rethinking again how you show up in relationship with people in your network because Venus is co-present by sign. She's 22 degrees separation between this Mercury at 4 degrees of Libra, but still she's present. So just pay attention to that, okay, Sagittarius? Realize that you have an offer right now on the table as a Sag to redo, replan, restructure how you relate with people and how you utilize those networkship relationships. Networkship, I'm making up words, but the network relationships that you have. Maybe that should be a word because it's pretty explanatory, but just keep in mind, finances are a spot that is being transformed deeply, and those networks, they're there to use them. Don't lose them, use them is my method for, my methodology, my methodological prescription for you as a Sagittarius is use them, don't lose them. And if you need to lose them, make sure you lose them for the right reasons. Uranus is truth. Truth is coming forward. You might find this is in your 6th house. You might be up on some enemies all of a sudden. Public enemies is the 6th house. Okay. So be sure that like you are aware if people are actually there to thwart you, let them go. That could be part of that Mercury retrograde square Saturn and Pluto. Like you just needed to let them go because they showed their true colors under this full moon. You see what I'm saying, Sag? So it's all roses and daisies and sunshine as an end game, and through hard work with this Venus in the 11th house trine Saturn, and hard work Mars square Saturn. But the truth is coming out for better or for worse from your 6th house of Taurus. And this is in the earthly plane because it's Taurus. So this can be financially, the truth is coming forward. Maybe a friend did you wrong in relationship to finances that you were working with, because 6th house Taurus is money, 6th house or Taurus, 6th house being like where you work or who you work with, 6th house. So just keep that in mind. Keep in mind that like you might find out that people are somebody other than what you thought, but in a higher vibration, this is just like good truth coming forward, like that in a way that shakes you up, because Uranus is surprising. So it's truth that comes through shock. It's truth that comes through sudden events. It's truth that comes through in a way that you never expected. That's Uranus. It's random sudden events. It just is what it is, y'all. Now, with that said, Sagittarius, I think there is benevolent energy on offer here. The indicators around this are auspicious because you also have, I will mention, from the 4th house, Neptune in a very positive, a sexy little sextile to this Jupiter, Pluto, and Saturn conjunction here, okay, from Pisces in your 4th house. So that is beneficial, that is auspicious, that is spiritual from your home environment, from your roots, 4th house, where you grew up. See how it's the 4th house by whole sign? 1, 2, 3, 4 is Pisces from you, Sagittarius. From your roots, 4th house, from where you grew up, 4th house, from like the family in your life that's like maternal and paternal, 4th house. Those sources of energy could be really benevolently supportive of you from like a more angelic realm during this experience. So if you feel like really good vibes, even if you've had people in those kinds of roles that have passed on and you feel like they're coming forward to you with some type of message in their own type of way at this time, they probably are, because Uranus is like otherworldly, higher spiritual sources of information, even like extraterrestrial contacts. Just true story, y'all. That's what ETs are ruled by in astrology, is Uranus. So the moon is the collective consciousness, and Uranus is all that. You put that with that and you get like consciousness of that being put in your direction, and other side as well, connections. So with this from the 4th house, I think you could be getting a reality check moment of like intuitive download in relationship to how to even manage your finances or your wealth or what you do own from your home, from where you grew up. Like, remember your roots. Use a Sagittarius, you're a globetrotter. You're a traveler, baby. You're on the road. You're a philosophical globetrotter, if not a physical globetrotter. So just be aware, Sag, that like something to do with your roots, your lineage, your history of your legacy as you embody yourself in this lifetime on this planet is offering you wisdom at this time from that Neptune and that 4th house. So just be aware that is on offer. I want to put that up on your radar. If it's coming forward, listen to it. The last auspicious indicator I'm going to talk about before we leave off today, Sag, is that the North Node is conjunct the part of fortune, which is super delightful because it's a great indicator for all of us. This is in your 7th house though, which is the house of partnership, romantic and otherwise, platonic friendships, okay, 7th house, business partners, 7th house. So this is an auspicious indicator for you as a Sagittarius around relationship, because Gemini is your 7th house. So the North Node is there. You're meant to follow relationships, constructive relationships at this time. And the 7th house in general, not because it's Gemini, but the 7th house energy in general is ruled by Venus, which is the planet that is the dispositor or the planetary ruler of the full moon in Taurus, because Taurus is ruled by Venus. So you're meant to follow auspicious relationships right now, Sagittarius, and apply your skill and your craft within those relationships to reap ultimate results, because the North Node is conjunct the part of fortune. You feel great. I'm excited for you. I think some good stuff is coming your way, Sag. I know I do want to just be sure that we land on a real serious note in some way though on this. Just heads up, like 6th house is a house of illness. So don't be messing around with nothing that you know you shouldn't be on this Halloween, Sag. And you know, just be taking good, healthy measure to be really nice and balanced. Libra, Venus and Libra, Mercury and Libra, balanced with your actions that you take, so that you can get that harmonious of Venus, you know, trine Saturn, and not this crazy like, oh my God, I lost a leg, you know, Uranus kind of energy. That's all. Okay. Now, with that said, thank you for all the support, the subscriptions, the likes, all that jazz. All that jazz. With that said, through next time, until next time, may the stars be with you. Peace.